Hello, welcome to Barb's Craft Room. Today I'm going to show you the basics of card making. And what you're going to need is a cutter. This is a Stampin' Up! Cut and score board. You'll need an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock. This is white. Another 8.5 by 11 colored cardstock. This is Blushing Bride from Stampin' Up! And I chose a designer paper that's Marvelous Marble, or Marble Marvelous. It's probably retired Stampin' Up!, but I like it. And you'll need a stamp set. I chose a basic Love What You Do from Stampin' Up! Just to show you. You can choose whatever you want. But in order to make a card, I'm taking my 8.5 by 11 and I'm going to cut it in half. Now you can decide which way you're going to cut it in half. If you cut it in half here at 5.5, your card will fold this way. You can also turn it and cut it at 4.25, like that, and then your card will be a top folding card. I seem to prefer this kind of card. So my card will fold like that, and so I'm going to turn it and score it at 4.25. So now I have half a sheet of 8.5 by 11 scored at 4.25. So when I fold it in half, I now have a card base. And my bone folder is how I crease my card to make sure it's pretty good, right? Now you can use the other half of this for another card, or you can use it to stamp on and cut out or whatever, but I'm not doing that today. Then our first layer, since this is 4.25 by 5.5, we want to go a quarter size smaller. So I'm going to cut this Blushing Bride at 4 by 5.25. So now I have a mat. Now I have a mat for my card. Beautiful mat, right? Then I need to decide which side I like best. And I'm going to stamp this on it. I'm not going to be picky, and I'm just going to choose a side. The next size down is 3.75 by 5. So I'm going to cut my paper at 3.75 by 5. Basic card pretty much is done. You can put on it whatever you like, but the basic card is done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to create a card. So this stamp set, I'm going to use this. It just looks like a mess. That's what it looks like. And I'm going to use what color should I use to offset this? I think I would like a little bit darker color than Blushing Bride. So my next color, pink, would be I think any color of bright pink, but I'm going to use something that really pops. And this is kind of orangey. This is kind of pinkish. I'm not sure. Maybe I will stick with the Blushing Bride. Petal pink. I'm going to stick with, I think, a Blushing Bride. Blushing Bride. I think I might change that to a lovely lipstick. That's nice and bright. I like that. So, what I'm going to do now is ink my stamp, and then I'm going to use a piece of scrap paper, and that scrap paper can be copy paper. And I'm going to test it to see how I like it. I think that's wonderful. But I also stamped off, and now I'm going to stamp on. So it's there, but it's kind of just a blob, like I said. Then my words will be, it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day, and I'm going to use black. And make sure you have it facing the right way. The best way to get your ink is tap, 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 and then push only one time in the middle, push firm, and you have a beautiful print. And that looks wonderful as is. And you could leave it like that because it's your card. You can do it how you like. But I think it would look extremely well with some flowers. And this time I'm not going to stamp off. I'm just going to use the same lovely lipstick ink, and I'm stamping it on like that. This is a basic card, and it works. Also, what you could do to enhance your card would be to stamp those on another piece of paper and cut them out and put them on. You have 3D. But this is a basic card, a single layer basic card. You can use for glue, you can use Tombow liquid. You could use art glitter glue. You could use a tape roller, and Stampin' Up! Makes a great stamp ink roller. What do you call it? I'm not a very good Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Glue that down, and always try to get the middle centered and glue that down. Card is complete. You can add an additional white layer on the inside. You can stamp the inside. Basically, you can do whatever you like to your card. But that's basic card instruction. Okay, thanks for watching.